TitanWarlord93 here, and you are now watching a video review for the highly anticipated sequel to Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. Today I will be giving my personal impressions of the game, and whether or not this sequel lives up to high expectations for fans alike and obtain the possible Game of the Year material. Well, this video has the answer.
Who are they? Patriots.
The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt features once again the lead protagonist Geralt, as he embarks on a new journey to find a young girl named Ciri, whom trains and disappears all of a sudden. However, as he embarks on a new mission, a mysterious, powerful army known as the Wild Hunt invades the northerly kingdoms. Geralt is the only one who can stop the rampage. This storyline is certainly enjoyable, but it can have its moments at times. The interaction between different characters as you progress through the story can be fun / annoying. I think to me all depends on the character, so some I can't stand to hear more, some I'd like to know more about, so again it's all depending on character personality and see whether I like them or not. But yeah, the storyline is very decent. The Witcher 3 open world map is huge and plenty of content giving you loads of hours to enjoy, whether if it's storyline quests and secondary quests, looting ingredients, looking for contracts to slay griffins and much more. The amount of content is definitely worth the money paid for, and bonus fee DLC too when you can do something about your hair and beard, and there is no doubt there's going to be an expansion and more DLC content to come as well. The gameplay is extraordinary. There is always some good combat involved, although at the start of the game there's not a lot of combat involved, depends on the choices you make. Sometimes you don't do a lot of combat as well, so it's all about finding something by using your Witcher senses, which to be honest I don't think I mind at all, but I don't think it's overdone because later on you get involved in more combat and even more exciting, interesting prospects, so at least it's nothing like, well, you had to tail the guards from Assassin's Creed, being done quite too often like in Black Flag. You know, it's meant to have more assassinations, but instead you have to keep on tailing guards and finding something, which, to be honest, it'll be something to piss off gamers. Anyway. The fighting controls, I'd say compared to The Witcher 2, I was a bit more comfortable with that. I was able to dodge, counter-attacks, slash at the target, wherever. There's a couple of issues in regards to camera rotation and angles at times, but not all of the time, so it didn't bother me too much at all. During the quest it's all about endurance, because once you start your quest you cannot go back as usual. Just make sure you are well equipped, because if you don't you'll be in the shit. Chances of beating the quest is really high, and don't forget you can also meditate at the right time to regenerate health and potions. I think this could be very useful advice for first time players. During the launch of The Witcher 3 there has been a controversy in regards to downgrade and dropped frame rates, in which I did actually notice when I first picked the game up. There's a lot of fans who were outraged by the graphical downgrade, took to forums and other gaming communities sites all over the internet. They to vent their anger, which leads to immediate action from the developers CD Projekt Red themselves, which then they worked immediately to improve the downgrades, and later launched a new patch for PC first, and then for gaming consoles, the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. Okay, with the patch now, or recently released, it has been improved, so there's not a single drop in frame rates and stuff like that. Yeah, some people may not work, but I think for most of them, I think it's definitely works, so you know, I think it's not necessary at all to get angry and say something like, oh, the game is disappointing because the graphics got the same sort of quality as you find in the last gen games. You know, I think it's a bit pathetic, but because I think it's more based on the gameplay itself. Everything in The Witcher 3, like in any of the Witcher games, okay, there's always something very cool about it, and no wonder why. It may not sell quite a lot, but actually it's won the attention by many games as well, and it's always highly acclaimed both by players and critics themselves. There we go. Overall, The Witcher 3 is definitely one of the best games I've played. It could be Game of the Year material alongside Bloodborne. Between the two, they both have something different and something cool about it. The Witcher 3 has everything a gamer asks for, minus the graphic side of things of course, but still, it has everything. there's nothing wrong with players starting The Witcher 3 after the first 2 games, because for first time players you can start with The Witcher 3 because it's all new adventure. But I would say if you're really interested when you're starting out, it's probably better to remind yourselves of what The Witcher is all about. So what happened in the first game, in the second game, in Assassins of Kings, you can read the books, okay? Everything is there. So, like I said, The Witcher 3 definitely delivers the exceptional open world title to our standards, and developers understand how we define as what we call the beautiful game. It is definitely worth picking up anyway. So if you haven't bought this game already, I seriously urge you to go start buying it right now. Go, get it. So my score for this game is 9.5 out of 10. This is TitanWarlord93 signing out for the day. I'll see you soon for more videos and streaming to come. Farewell.